Our next speaker is a worker from Debenhams in Blanchardstown, Ann Peppard. We're all really inspired by and greatly supportive of what the workers are trying to do in Debenhams. Just to say that up to 2,000 workers who got a generic email from their employer 2 days after being deceived that their jobs were safe, thrown onto the scrap heap event effectively. And these workers have refused to be silenced. They've fought back and they're determined to fight back even further. And I've been very proud to be able to talk to a lot of them over the last 2 weeks with myself and Mick Barry, and we'll continue to give them our support. So we're going to hear from Ann now, and we would ask people, obviously, in the next week in particular, to get behind them in every possible way. So Ann, whenever you're ready, and thanks for agreeing to join us tonight, really appreciate it.
Okay, first of all, before we started, really on behalf of all the 2,000 members of staff that have lost their job with Debenhams route, and Mick, thank you so much for your continuous support, ongoing support that we have had. Yes, as Ruth said, we received a letter on the 9th, which was Holy Thursday, telling us that the actual company, the 11 stores, were no longer viable in Ireland and that they were going into full liquidation. Only to be told, literally, the few days beforehand, receiving emails from Stefan saying, that's our CEO, stating that our jobs were safe, everything looked good, and he hoped to see us all in the future. We felt really that the company is hid behind COVID-19. We feel that it came out at a time where they thought by the time media had touched down it would have been sealed and laid down to rest, and nobody would be speaking about it come the bank holiday or come the Tuesday. But that wasn't to be. So we have a very strong 2,000 team here in Ireland, in Debenhams. That was not going away quietly. So on that Tuesday, we went to media, we went to radio stations, we came out fighting. So literally, it is exactly what we said from the beginning. We had said that Debenhams is doing this. The government and everybody was sitting back looking. We knew this wasn't going to be the end. We knew we weren't going to be the only ones. And lo and behold, within a week, Oasis, Warehouse, Laura Ashley, everybody started to follow suit. So we're also not forgetting all the concessions that also worked within a Debenhams stores, which is the likes of Dorothy Perkins, Wallace and Tripp. They've all also lost their jobs. So we decided to consolidate the 11 stores through WhatsApp, Zoom and Facebook pages to organise large protests, but keeping within the government procedures of the COVID-19. So we went to the stores for our first protest on the 23rd of April, which was to the 11 stores. We kept with all lines of safety, all the distances. We were done it into precise military action in all the stores. It was absolutely phenomenal. The only ones that had a bit of trouble on that day was the poor Henry Street team were stopped by the guards, escorted off the protest, walked to their buses, names were taken. We were absolutely disgusted with this. They followed, the staff in Henry Street followed all the procedures to the T, but it backfired and it went in our favour because the public were outraged with the way the actual protest, they were actually dealt with. So what we done then, we also took a protest on the 23rd to the Bank of Ireland. And what people didn't know at the time was that Bank of Ireland are actually part of the parent company that owned Debenhams, which also the government, not our government, but the government owns 14% of that, which is the same bank that we all the taxpayers bailed out. So it was like rubbing salt into the wound for the Debenhams staff members. So we also took the protests to the Bank of Ireland. So it literally started with us on that Wednesday. We decided it went well. We got great feedback. Who was to know that Debenhams would get a mention? Thank you very much, Mick, in the Dáil, but it was actually went down a treat. So TDs, social media, papers, everybody started, the public started to come on board. We had phenomenal feedback. So we said we needed to really put a bigger effort into it. So again, we took this back on Wednesday. We took it back outside the stores in a bigger scale, bigger groups, but keeping within the COVID-19 procedures. We took it back to the banks. We were full of a high. And then Thursday came, which was yesterday. And it was before the courts, the case was with the liquidators. And we were absolutely fuming at the end of it to find out we had not got a voice. There was nobody representing the Debenhams staff members within that court case. If anything, one of the staff members that was there was approached and escorted out of the court. So it has only heightened the Debenhams staff to jump even further with this. The way we see it now, our next protocol is next Wednesday, which is the 6th of May. The protest will come from the stores and will now follow outside the Dáil. We are asking then with the staff members that are outside the Dublin area to take it to city halls, TD offices, the Bank of Ireland branches, wherever they can take it. Obviously, keeping within the restrictions that we can possibly take it, keeping with the health and safety of the staff. What we're actually trying to get out to the public is we will continue the fight. We're making our stance. We're not going away. If Debenhams is going to get away with this, other companies are going to too. So people are going to stand back and look at this and look at it in a larger scale. So we have been, from the beginning, fighting for our jobs, fighting for our livelihoods, fighting also for everybody else there, all the taxpayers in retail, everybody out there with jobs at the moment. This is such a large company. If they can come here and disband this company and still be running an online, Debenhams.ie is still running, it's still there, you can still order off it. If this is all still going on and this is known to the public and they're getting away with it, where is this going to stop? This is going to be such a domino effect when this COVID-19 lifts and when we're out there, what is left? What is going to be left in the retail sector? But again, we would like to thank the public and yourself, Ruth and Mick and the team for your continuous support and for your continual support, because the fight with the Debenhams staff members is not over yet.